Hey friends, welcome back to Uncommon Roots Homestead. This is Ashley, and today we have something very exciting happening. Our bull is about to arrive any minute now. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through this, but I'll let you watch what happens. All right, so Crusher was just delivered. All of the cows are down in the woods and they seem to be doing just fine. So everything that we know about Crusher is that he is very docile, a little antisocial. If anything, just wants to be by himself and not really around us when we're in there. Kevin is actually down there just making sure the back fence line is totally secure. The woods are down there, so we don't go down there as much as we see the rest of the fence. So he's just doing a once over, but Crusher actually came from a farm where he was just in field fence, no barbed wire, no electric. So we've got field fence and barbed wire. Should be super secure. We're just double checking and making sure. Next thing we're gonna do is actually introduce Fury back in once Kevin is done down there and has taken some time to pet Crusher a little bit. Then we're gonna add the dog. We'll come out, let them kind of figure it out together. We'll step in if we need to, but that's kind of how it goes with a livestock guardian dog and introducing them to animals. Sometimes it's best if you remove humans from the situation altogether and let them figure it out. So that is our plan. It was really seamless. He came out really easily, super friendly, kind of sniffed us all and then went. Just about as seamless as it could have been. So you can see him back there. We'll see how it goes. Total side note, I'm often here in the morning, but not like just hanging out in the morning. Usually I'm like milking or trying to get something done really quickly. And the sounds of the farm on this foggy morning are just, I cannot wait to have my coffee and sit on my front porch and like just take this in every single day. It's gonna be amazing. I can't even tell you what like a relief it is to have today have gone so well so far. It's kind of stressful. Like you get your first cow and you're really excited about it and you want a milk cow and she's bred, so she's gonna have a calf. The calving experience is super stressful because if you're like us and you've never done it before, everything was like, is something gonna go wrong? Are we gonna have to intervene? Do we have the tools we need? Do we know the right people to call? The calving went great, and then it was, is she gonna take the calf? Is her milk gonna come in? Is she gonna have any problems? Like, that's stressful. Then you get into a routine and all of a sudden it's like, hey, if you wanna have a milk cow next year, you gotta breed her back. So then we started looking into AI and we started looking into renting bulls and buying bulls and like, should you have a bull on your property when you have young kids? And there's just so much information and it's just stressful. And my best piece of advice is do your research, but also make connections with people who can help you navigate such a confusing topic, because there are so many different types of opinions. And when you start Googling anything related to farming, you are going to find just an abyss of information. And sometimes that can lead you to overanalyze things and ultimately maybe not make decisions that you would have made that would have been just fine and might have been right for you and your farm. So we are learning as we go. Obviously, we're only, an hour in. The dog has just now met Crusher, but they seem to be kind of just staying away from each other. Fury's being a little bit vocal. We're going to stay here on the property for a couple hours just to make sure everything goes well. If we need to separate, we'll separate. But for the most part, it's like one more thing we can check off the list that now we have a bull here on the property. We can get Jeannie bred back and we don't have to worry about it. So I just went ahead and grabbed out that old kale from the garden, and I'm going to see if the cows want to try it. If not, I'll pick it up and give it to the pigs. They'll eat it. But thought I would see if Crusher will let me bring them a snack. They were up by the fence, and of course, as soon as I grabbed these and started walking down, they're headed back down into the pasture and towards the woods, but it's worth a shot. All right, so what do you think of Crusher?
He's calm. He's big and calm.
Yeah.
He's just a gentle giant.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, we were just talking, like Fury, you can hear him. Fury is not sure about it, and he's doing his job. Like, his job as a livestock guardian is to alert and protect against new animals, right? So it's what he's doing. Now, sometimes it's frustrating for us as humans because we're like, why don't you know that this one's supposed to be here? But he's an animal, so he doesn't. He will figure it out because we've been in there, we fed him. He's going to stay in there. So I'm going to guess it'll take probably, what do you think, a couple days?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably take.
Jeannie took a couple weeks.
Yeah, for Fury to get used to her.
But she was also pregnant, and then she gave birth while Fury was still new.
And that was like the first. Like, they hadn't been around each other. Like,
Water
he hadn't been around any cows and she hadn't been around any dogs. So now he's used to being around cows. So once he realizes that Crusher is staying, hopefully he'll stop just barking at him all the time. But Crusher honestly is, like Kevin said, a gentle giant. He's not, I mean, Fury was barking at him and he just kind of like walked past him. Like, he's definitely patient. I wouldn't put it past him to put Fury in his place if Fury doesn't stop. But for now, he's being really patient. So it's everything we wanted in a bull. We are very happy at this point in time. I know, it's only been a couple hours actually. But anyways, so we'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. Do you want to go see the chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go on a little walk of the farm. What are you doing over here?
Counting chickens.
Why?
We lost a few. Did you tell everyone that?
I did.
Yeah. We lost 3 or 4.
So now we count.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know the last time I came in here, mostly because, you guys know how it is with these roosters. They're not the friendliest. George is just flat out mean. George, don't even think about it. Whew. 1, 2, 3, I have 4 in here. So that is our perfect 30. That is how many we have right now.
No, not perfect 30.
Well, true. They're all sitting on all the eggs right now.
Okay.
So that's fun. And George is at the door. Let's grab these.
Feathers on the bottom, girl, because you sit here too long. Loosen all your bottom feathers because you sit here all day.
We talked about maybe letting her hatch a couple out.
Yeah, she'd be good at it.
Need to mark them.
For sure.
It's not a great time of year. Danger.
Yeah. Forgot a basket.
You live dangerously. We were just talking about Ginger. She's one of our OG chickens, and she's looking a little rough for the wear.
What's the wear?
but she is almost 3 and she is a production hen. Before we really learned a lot about what we wanted in our flock and on our farm, we did purchase some production hens like Isa Browns, and she's a Golden Comet. And with those, I mean, they're great hens and they give you lots of eggs. And the benefit is that you get a lot of really great equal brown eggs from them. And they lay a lot. Like they're a production. They lay almost every day. The downside is because of that, they decline a lot faster. So whereas a lot of chickens will live, you know, upwards of 10 years. They won't lay the whole time. They'll only lay 3 or 4 years. But production hens really cap out laying at 2 years. And then most of them have like ovarian cancer and things like that. So they end up getting sick before they hit the 5-year mark. And she's almost 3 and we can tell she stopped laying. She laid like 2 weeks straight, laid these huge double and triple eggs. And then she was done, which was good. We wanted her to be done. We don't want anybody to suffer. And now we're just letting her live out her days. But unfortunately, she's not looking so hot. But comes with the territory. So before we head out, I wanted to jump up into the garden. We're in the middle this week. I think I told you guys in the last video in the garden tour, like we're in the middle of transitioning to a fall garden. Look how beautiful this bean flower is. You see that? It's stunning. But I want to show you guys what these Tramontino squash look like when they are winter squash, like when they've fully cured. So you'll see it's turned this beautiful orange color. It almost resembles a butternut nut in color. And it is hard, the skin is hard. I can't get through it with my fingernail. And the flesh should be orangey in color. I'm gonna let this one stand a little bit longer, mostly because there's so many others that are curing. But then I'll go ahead and harvest it. I've got a few that are ready like that. Got this one down here, he's ready. And then I got 2 there that are not ready. And then I've got this big one that's ready here. Look at these gorgeous zinnias. One thing I absolutely love about zinnias is that they are so resilient. Like they find a way to like climb through the jungle to find the sun to produce the most beautiful flowers. Like without fail, every year, I have zinnias that pop up in the most unsuspecting places, and I absolutely love it. All right, look at this is an okra flower. Isn't that gorgeous? So okra is actually related to hibiscus, which is related to Rose of Sharon, which is why their flowers look pretty similar, which is interesting. I did not know that before. It's always so interesting to me to learn more about the plants that are in my garden. Because like I've said in other videos and in the past, I don't feel like I'll ever be done learning. So I'm sure that there are thousands of facts about the plants in my space that I don't know. So if you want to share them below. I am always looking to learn something new. Thank you for joining us today on the farm. I know this wasn't a long video, but we appreciate you being so invested in the things that we're doing and the animals that we're adding to this space. We can't wait to have Crusher in more of our videos and to see how this transition really goes beyond just today. But thank you for joining us. You always have a place here in our homestead and here in my garden. Until next time.